What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Papi TV. I am your lovely host, Papi J. Welcome back. I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you kiss your mama, your grandmama, your kids, your dog, your friend, the mailman, your neighbor. I hope everybody is doing well. But welcome back. Hope everybody is having an amazing week. I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. I worked my part-time job, so I had to do what I had to do, but overall, I hope everybody had a great weekend. There's a lot to unpack this episode. I know last episode we started delving into a lot of the things that I wanted to start delving into when it came to these Papi TV episodes. But for this episode, we're just gonna chat on a few things, not too much, not to bore y'all. Probably like 3 or 4 things I want to talk about, and just kind of get y'all opinion and what y'all think about the situations at hand. I've been trying to figure out how to do the whole microphone thing. I tried to filter what is it? The freaking pop filter to see if it looked better, but I think it just looks better with me just talking into the mic. So, um, but overall, man, still unemployed, still trying to figure it out. I mean, I know I said I have a part time, but still trying to figure out. I don't have a full time job yet, but you know that fucking health insurance is about to be the fuck out of here, man. They ain't gonna be paying for that shit no more. But I mean, what can you really do, right? Overall, like I said before, hope everybody is doing well. I'm out here fighting for my life as per usual, and just trying to get into the rhythm of things. If you guys haven't checked out the latest episode of Lucky View Podcast, please do so. Go comment, like, and subscribe to that. If you haven't checked out any of the latest freestyles that I put out, make sure to go check that out on my IG, TikTok. Go show some love on that. But besides that, man, we're at 19 subscribers on the page, 19 subscribers on the channel. I appreciate all 19 subscribers. Thank you for tuning in or checking out these episodes. I appreciate y'all. The goal is to hit 100, and then from 100, hit 5, and then 5 to 1,000. But we'll get there slowly but surely. Again, I only started this channel about a month ago. I decided to kind of just, why not talk my shit, talk my nonsense as I per usually do, especially when I'm with my friends and my homeboys. But it is what it is. But first, let me grab my phone and we're gonna chat a little bit. So one thing I really want to get into today, and really just talk about a little bit, nothing too crazy, but just kind of chat for a little bit, is about the whole Young Thug situation, right? I know I spoke about it with my boy Era on the Lucky View podcast, but let's talk a little bit more on the whole situation. There's been a few audio things that have popped out. And man, look, man, I'm not a street guy. I've never been a street guy. I've definitely been around street people. I've been around the homies majority of my 20s. Been in situations I shouldn't have been around situations I shouldn't have been in, but that's neither here or there. Overall, I have no real I don't really have much to say when it comes to street politics, but I can only talk from a civilian standpoint, right? I will say this. When I've talked to a few of my homies, and it's always the same thing, right? It's Young Thug a rap for for all the audio that's being leaked out right now? Yes. I mean, that's a given. Speaking about street culture and just everything as a street dude, yeah, like it's terrible. Again, like I said, I'm not a street dude. I'm a civilian. But it's right there in front of y'all faces, and I get it, And the funny part about it is we got 6ix9ine back on the social webs. I mean, he was never gone, but he's finally getting highlighted again after 6ix9ine has been talking for years about rat allegations and how the hip hop community is fake. This, that, and the third. And look, man, a lot of the shit that he's saying is not false. It's not false. And everybody is upset with him because he was actually telling the truth. And look, man, it is what it is. For Young Thug, the whole situation, a lot of this leaked audio that's going out right now, it's really looking just bad for him, man. His stock is dropping. and it's just not looking good. And then recently, they just dropped another audio about his feelings and how we felt about Kendrick going at Drake. That's another whole situation, and saying that, if it was him or Wham or Dirk, it would be a whole different situation. It wouldn't, it's just like you're incriminating yourself even more. You're incriminating yourself even more by saying that other people would get involved in this situation, and that it'll be a street beef type of shit, that he'll get real people to handle a situation. It's just like, you're chatting, my boy. You're chatting a little too much when it comes to a lot of these things that you shouldn't be chatting over, especially over recorded phone calls. But you know, just stuff like that. The whole, why it's so woody, and just out here saying what needs to be said about the whole situation as well, is very, very telling about what's going on. Um, I've never I've never really been the biggest fan when it came to Young Thug, but I do think he is a genius when it comes to the music that he puts out. He puts out great music. I think he's one of the better artists of this generation, for sure, and that's a non-debatable. I can't argue about that. Like, he's great, but his street credibility is starting to hit a major low now, and people are kind of looking at him sideways now. But it's kind of like, what are we doing in this situation, right? Are we going to change the narrative because it's Young Thug, or are we going to continue to do what we're doing, and it's just probably ignore the fact that he did tell on, he basically is a snitch? If that's the case, then we got to keep the same energy with Thug, the same way we kept it with Gunna for like the past couple years, the same way we kept it with 6ix9ine, the same way we keep it with anybody who is quote unquote a snitch or a rat. Like, you guys got to keep that same energy. You can't keep moving the goalposts because it's one of your favorite people, right? And it's becoming so convoluted and so clouded because people don't want to admit the fact of what's going on, and that's okay. I get it. You don't want your favorite person or your hero to basically be facing their demise. And overall, you got to just kind of deal with the consequences that come with these allegations, especially if you want to be a part of that life. That's just how it is. It's hands down. That's just how it is. You can't change the fact of what's going on. But for people to just keep moving the goalposts because it's their favorite person, you can't keep doing that. You got to keep the same energy. You gotta just level shit out the way you've been doing with other people. And again, like I said, this is just my point of view and what I think about the whole situation. And again, it is what it is. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I think the whole thing is entertaining. I've been looking at the music industry and everything that's going on as the WWE. It's all entertainment in my fucking eye. Am I gonna have opinion about it? Most likely, yeah, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk my shit, give my opinion, and whether you like it or not, that's cool. And if you don't like it, fuck you too, and I don't care. That's just, it's that simple. Because at the end of the day, I have my amendment right to freedom of speech and say whatever the fuck I want to say. But it is what it is. If y'all gonna stick with saying that Gunna's a rat, Young Thug is also a rat, and it is what it is. Move on. And at the end of the day, if he puts out good music, he puts out good music. Gunna put out a great album, and people are saying it's a great album, it's a great listen, and people are loving it. So it's just like, where if can you separate the street from the artist? That's the real question I'm gonna ask y'all. Can you separate the street from the artist and still listen to the music, or is he just a rat and you'll never listen to the music ever again? That's how I have to look at it. But that's just a small talking point on that. If you want to hear more on it, just go check us out on Lucky View Podcast. We delve a little bit deeper into that. But again, it is what it is, and I, I mean, who really? I really don't give a fuck. I stopped giving a fuck a long time ago. I pay more attention to the more seasoned rappers who really be talking that shit, and I feel like that's where all the good music is at right now. But it is what it is. Um, Another topic. Drake was on Bobbi Altoff's new podcast. Let's see, what's the name? Look, at the end of the day, Drake, you're whatever, man. You're doing what you got to do. But let's see. So the episode was called "I'm Sorry, Not This Again" or whatever. I think that's the name of her podcast. But basically, they just go into it talking about everything going on. They talk about Drake's abs and how he said that they're not fake, that they're real, that he worked, he did what he had to do in order to get those abs to be defined the way that they are. Look at that. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you. That shit don't look right, in my humble opinion. That shit do not look right, in my humble opinion. Look, Drake, if they're fake, they're fake. It's cool, bro. It's cool. We don't really care. I just feel like at this point you just can't take the people clowning on you anymore. And it's cool. It does get a little annoying after a while, but that shit just does not look right, dog. That shit just did not look right. And it looks like a whole bunch of fucking like what is those fucking buns called? Damn it. It's those Japanese buns that they sell. I forgot what they call, but whatever. They look like a whole bunch of buns just chilling in there. But look, man, when you're rich, you do whatever the fuck you want. Nobody really could tell you whatever. You have money to blow like it's nothing. If you want, you can buy a whole fucking new face and not nobody will ever recognize you again. But and then he also talks into to three things that he was trying to do the whole time. That was on his bucket list supposedly. He was talking about how there was three things he wanted to do, which were get his face tatted, uh, get his hair braided, and paint his nails. Hear me out. Just pay attention. As a man, I don't care. Like do your manicures. I know for a fact that people who have a problem with I don't want to say problem. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. People who deal with anxiety or stress or depression at times, they tend to bite their nails a lot. So some of the things that they do is that they tend to paint their nails in order to avoid from biting them. It's almost like a way of wiring your brain to not bite your nails. I would know I bite my nails, but the good thing is I don't bite my nails to the nub. I don't know how some people do that. That shit look nasty and gross. But again, that's y'all. I don't judge y'all. That's what y'all do. Cool. Um, but um, the whole painting in different colors. I'm not that type of person to kind of paint my nails. I understand if you do like a clear coat and like whatever. I just think that it's just not the way for me at least. That's just not my thing. And that's okay. That's just not my thing. It's never been my thing. I've seen a bunch of artists do that. I've seen people my age now do that. And if that's y'all thing, I'm all for it. Do you? You're giving an explanation for it. That's cool. Like, it's 2025. I'm not here to judge you on you painting your nails, right? The whole face tat situation, that's cool too. And then the whole braid situation, right? Uh, the whole braid situation is not really a big deal for me either. I just think that it's weird when academics brought up that he's really wearing a man unit and it's a fade under that those braids. If it's true, sad. If it's not true, that's cool too. But there's a lot of metrosexuality that he has been oozing out lately, and hey man, that's just Drake. Everybody say he's corny. That's just Drake. I I love Drake. I love regardless. I've never looked at Drake as a fashionista, as a game changer when it comes to images and how you do things and what you should be wearing, how you should be rocking shit. Never been that guy. Never been influenced by him in a bit. I did lose a bet one time where I had to get the COB heart shaped up on my forehead. But besides that, he's never influenced me in any type of way, fashion wise or image wise, to want to do something. Um, Musically, he's definitely influenced my music and the way I make music or my taste in music. He's definitely influenced that. But besides that, Drake, do whatever you want to do, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. People find you corny because you're almost 40 and you're still doing these kind of like small antics. And but overall, I personally I don't give a fuck, man. Do what you gotta do, King. Bless up and do you for sure, for sure. In other news, other things to talk about. New sneakers coming out. this week, and I think next week. We have the. Let me pull up my app. Let me pull up my app. But overall, man, I hope everybody is doing well. If you haven't yet, comment, like, and subscribe. If you're tuning into the page right now, hope you guys are entertained by the things that I talk about. If not, that's cool. I appreciate y'all for even stopping by. Much love always. But let's talk about some shoes that are coming out in a couple weeks. For this Saturday, we actually have the Jordan 4 Cave Stone in black. I kind of like them. They're not too bad. They're like a darkish brown, kind of reminiscent of what like the Alma Manier ones look like, brownish, or like, it kind of gives off that Travis Scott brown colorway. I think they're pretty cool. I've seen them in person. There's How do I put this? I think it's definitely an ideal shoe for this upcoming fall and winter. Um, I think they're gonna sit. I'm gonna be honest. They might sit. So I think everybody will be able to get their hands on a pair. But I feel like this is probably one of the better colorways when it comes to like a full blown Jordan 4 in a while. If it's like since maybe the Black Cat or an Alma Manier, but I think this is definitely a shoe to have in your collection. Then you have the Air Jordan 1, the Baroque Brown and Sail. I gotta see those in person. They look all right. Then I know that inside of the shoe, it's like a pinkish color to kind of play off of the brown. It looks cool. It's not that bad, but I need to hold them in person and kind of look at them, right? For next week, we got the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff dropping. Where my 90s babies at? Where my 90s babies at? That Yu-Gi-Oh collection is something to definitely have, especially if you grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh. If you guys don't know what is dropping, Nike and Yu-Gi-Oh collabed into dropping the Air Max 95 that the homie Joey always wore. They're called the Nike Air Max 95 QS Yu-Gi-Oh Joey. That's what they're called. They're like a bluish color, mix of blues, and then the bubble is a Volt green. They're pretty cool. They're dropping a whole collection with a varsity jacket and two t-shirts. I'm definitely gonna try to get the black t-shirt. I'm debating right now about the Air Max 95s. I'm not 100% sure because I gotta pay rent. I'm an adult. I gotta pay bills. But I'm debating on it. I might get it. I'm gonna get my hands on it just for nostalgic reasons. I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, man. I grew up playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to play on my boys' front porch back on Ryerson Ave with my homie Johnny, a bid Gilman. We used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Johnny, you're a fucking cheater, and I still think you're a cheater. I still love you though. But we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh all the time, and it was so much fun. I played some of the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card games on like the video games. I could never get into it, and then I just kind of lost touch, and I just became more of a Pokemon fanatic. But obviously, growing up, you watch the animated series, and that shit was always like the show to watch, especially on Saturdays when you wake up. Uh, you know, tune into WB11. Fucking, it was like the best times in life. This is before the internet started going crazy. This is like early 2000s, and it was just like fucking time of our lives. I used to go to the store all the time and beg my mom to buy me Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm never gonna forget. My mom one year for Christmas, I asked her for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and she bought me the Dark Magician and the Blue Eyes White Dragon um, booster decks. And man, I was ecstatic. But over the years, I mean, I still have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Shout out to Carbs. He hooked me up with a Dark Magician Yu-Gi-Oh card. I have a couple Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have a binder also of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But I can't find the deck that I used to have to duel with. I wish I can fucking find it, but I just can't, and I'm so upset. I had some really good fucking cards in there. It just got lost over the years. I mean, this is like almost what, like 20 years ago. Like it was like it's somewhere in the fucking space of the world, or maybe some person got lucky and found them. But the next shoe we got after that is the Fire Red Black Tongue fives, the Fire Red fives. Basically, they're dropping that Saturday the 13th, and honestly, you can never go wrong with a five, especially OG colorway. Um, Give me 1 second. You can never go wrong with it, and I'm super excited for those to drop as well. I'm debating if I should get them, and I'm just really over here, just like really, really, really thinking super hard. I was like, do I need these in my collection? Do I really, really need them? And it's just like, I really think I do. I really think I do because it's just a classic colorway. I'm a sucker when it comes to like anything fire red. I had the fire red fours, had the fire red threes, and why not have the fire red fives? It's just like just keep adding more to the collection. But I'm really debating. I'm thinking about it, but I think I might do it. And then the next shoe to drop the 16th, which is a shoe I'm definitely getting because I got to do it one time for the culture, is the Air Jordan 3 Mexico El Vuelo. I need that shoe for the culture. One time only. I need that for the culture. I didn't get my hands on the fucking El Grito, the fives, which I am so upset. I'm still looking for them online, but I'm not trying to pay too much over retail. So I'm trying to look for a kind of a used pair, and just kind of see what offers I can put in to get the shoe. But I'm super excited. It's a real heavy for sneakers in the next couple weeks. Since the remainder of the year is going to be a fucking a shit show, and especially the amount of money that I'm going to debate on spending. But we'll hope for the best and see what happens. But uh, besides that, one thing to end on to speak about is what was another thing I wanted to talk about? Just so much shit that goes through my head that I sometimes forget about it. Oh, so one thing I also wanted to touch up on, just in case if I don't post up a new video within the next couple weeks, I will be moving, so my setup is going to change a little bit more. You can see it right now. It's you have my kicks in the back, you have the Dino jersey, you have some sneaker posters up top, but my setup is going to change once I move from my spot. Now I'll be moving back to Patterson, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the setup looks there. Hopefully, we'll get more. We'll be able to create more content or give a better space, maybe a wider lens when it comes to like how the room looks. But when we get there, we'll get there. And yeah, man, it spent a long time. It took me a while to create this setup. And that ever since again, like ever since I lost my job, I've kind of just spent most of my time just trying content creating, doing all these little things here and there. Thank you to everybody who tunes into my sneaker picks of the day. Thank you to everybody who tunes into the freestyles I put out. Thank you to everybody who tunes into the thrift videos that I put out as well. There's a lot of things that I'm just doing that I'm not used to. I just have so much free time. I'm so used to working a 40-hour a week job that when you just have nothing else to do, it's just like, why not just experiment and do things that make you happy? So this is what I'm doing now. I also started a fitness journey, so we'll see how that goes. On a strict diet and eating very very carefully, to paying attention very carefully to what I'm eating. So that's also been a kind of like a difficult thing, but we're gonna get through it. The goal is to be healthy and get in shape. I've always been a big boy my whole life, and hopefully I get to where I need to get to and the goal that I want to hit. But I'll leave it at this, man. I hope everybody continues to tune in. Thank you to everybody who does tune in. I appreciate you so much. Again, I started this channel from nothing. I have a few friends who are subscribing. I appreciate y'all for subscribing. I hope leave me some comments. What else do you guys want me to talk about? What do you guys want me to get more in depth and personally speak about, more like personal things? Do you want me to talk more about sneakers, video games, footy? But I'm all for it. I'll talk about anything, man. I'm a huge. I love to talk. I love to talk shit. That's my thing. I'm an artist. I love to create content. I love to somehow in some way always do things that entertain people. I have a really dark sense of humor. That's just who I am. I always have been. You can ask any of my friends. It's super dark sense of humor. But yeah, man. Again, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on IG, TikTok. And yeah, man, drop those comments. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about, what you want to hear. What else what other content can I create for you guys to keep you guys entertained? Because that's what I am here for. I am your entertainment. I am nothing but your vessel of laughter and fun. But again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Make sure to kiss your mama, your dad, your grandparents, your siblings, your father, your neighbor, your pets. Kiss everybody. Tell them you love them. Tell them you hope that they're having a great day, and I hope you're having an amazing day. I love you guys. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Stay blessed. Love y'all.